a creator anymore. And the one who created him, that's God. So we have two existences. We have the creator and the creation. If God was created, then you have to take him from over here and put him in creation. And if there was not a God who was uncreated, there would be no creation. See, because if each and every one of us, everything here depended on someone or some force to create us, and that force was itself created, then nothing would exist. There had to be a force which had no creator, which causes everything to be created. Of course, depending on the age of the child, this might not quite satisfy them. I mean, they may say yes, but it requires some thought, But this is the general explanation which can be given. It's not a problem, a question which cannot be answered in that sense. The point is, God is uncreated. For him to be God, he has to be uncreated. If he was created, then he is not unique. This is part of being unique, that he is the only one who is not created. He is the Ahad, the only one not created. The last verse, the fourth and last verse, وَلَمْ يَكُنْ لَهُ كُفُوًا أَحَدٌ. And there is none like him. No one is like him. This is repeating the ideas which were developed from the very first verse. At the same time, it indicates also that he had no wife or partner. The verse before said he had no father and he had no son. This verse also implies that he had no partner. And there's another verse in the Quran, in Surah Al-An'am, that's chapter 6, verse 101, in which Allah describes himself as Badi'u Samawati wal Ard, Anna yakunu lahu walad wa lam yakun lahu sahiba wa khalaqa kulla shay. That is, he is the originator of the heavens and the earth. How could it be that he has a son when he had no partner, no wife? And he created everything. One who has created everything, who owns everything, where is his partner going to come from? From creation? How can it be his partner? No need. If he wishes something to be, he wills it be, and it is. He has no father, no son, no partner. And as I said, this verse reconfirms the idea which is developed from the very first verse, that he is unique. There is none similar to him in any way, shape, or form. Now, when we look at all of the acts of shirk, shirk being various forms of idolatry, when we look at all of them, we see that in one way or another, they involve the destruction of the uniqueness of God. Every form of shirk, every form of idolatry, every form of worship of other than God, it involves destroying the uniqueness of God. For example, when people pray to idols, believing that the idols are personified in creation, that these gods that they made with their own hands, somehow the God becomes present in this idol, then they are making God no longer unique. The idol, you can go and chip another idol, and everyone can have an idol in his home. There's no uniqueness here anymore. Just like you have many human beings, you have many idols. Uniqueness of God is gone. When you have people praying to saints, as in Catholicism, for example, or you may find ignorant Muslims in different parts of the world praying to people who they call saints, or those who pray to intermediary gods. They believe in one God, but they believe there are intermediary gods between themselves and God. What they do is they make God like their earthly leaders. In that, if you want to see the head of the organization, the director of this hotel, the Intercontinental, you as a person who is cleaning the rooms cannot just go walking into the director's office. You knock on the door, you come walking in, I would like to have some words with you. No. You will go to the supervisor of cleaners and you will tell them your problem, and he goes to the supervisor of the supervisors, and he then goes to the vice president, who talks to the president for you, the director, vice director talking to the director. In this way your problem gets solved, and they call it the chain of command. This is something the army is famous for. The chain of command. You always go to the person next above you, and he will talk to the one above that to keep things organized. You don't have confusion, people just coming from all. This is how things get done in this life. So what happens is that people are putting this now on God. They're making God like human beings, like a human leader. For organizational purposes, it's better you go through this saint, who will go through Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the prophets, and then they will talk to God for you. That way you get your problems solved. But in doing that, they are making God like creation. Also, if we look in the case of those who deny God's existence, we have a body of people who call themselves atheists, from the communists or capitalists who are atheists, scientists, some. They deny God's existence altogether. There is no God. What do? When they deny God's existence, then nature becomes a God for them. They talk about Mother Nature. Mother Nature. It becomes their God. And when you try to look and to understand in their lives what forces are controlling their lives, for them the main force is chance. Chance. Because we have God, yes? This is the general to explain how we came into existence, how we have evolved to where we were. To remove the need for God to be there to create. However, this theory is in fact